Little habits are what changed my life completely. If you feel overwhelmed and there's just too much to do and you don't know where to start, I've totally been there. Glad you clicked on this video because this is a good place to start, but I don't want you to stay here. I want you to take what you have learned from this video and apply it to your life. That's why they're little habits. I don't think they're too much. They are doable within your measure. So take this as inspiration for yourself, because I know that if you do these little habits, your life will be lighter and a lot more exciting. So that's the goal here. The goal is to enjoy our life, okay? And to be excited when you wake up in the morning. If we have not met, hello. I'm a mother of 2 kids. I have a 3 and a 7-year-old. I used to be a busy mom that was exhausted for the most of my life. I was not a good wife for a good chunk of my marriage. I've been married now for 11 years. I am very happy in my marriage, in my family life. As a mother, I'm a proud mother. But I will tell you, my life got turned around miraculously by little tiny habits that I started to implement that I thought were, habits that were actually doable for me. I had to start very, very small because you have to. You can't start big if it's not doable, if it's not achievable. You have to start where you're at. Let's get into them. First one is always be in the habit of decluttering. I think this was the first thing that I did when I started to turn my life around, because we know that things add up fast. And the more things that you have, the more you have to think about, the more you have to clean, the more you have to make a home for or manage or arrange. And believe me, if you think that the things that you own are not taking up space in your mind and in your soul, hate to break it to you, but you're wrong. They do take up space in your mind. I remember the first time that I decluttered, I just remember feeling so free. This is not a one-time process. This is a lifelong thing that we just gotta live by, because with time, we will buy stuff. And maybe we do need to buy that stuff, but in your whole life, you don't need everything that you ever bought. There's seasons in our life. So decluttering is a process, and it's a thing that you just kind of live by. But as a matter of fact, I know that right now in my season, there are things I need to get rid of. One big indicator that says you have too much stuff is when it gets hard to manage, or that area is just harder to keep clean. If you can't put things away, or you feel like it's just too much to focus on that area, then maybe that area, you have too many things. Another YouTuber that I watched mentioned that if we ask our kids to clean up after themselves and they cannot, and they feel overwhelmed, then that's a sign of too much toys or too many activities in the home or too many things that we're giving them to manage. Because if you think about it, ultimately, we're setting our kids up for life. And if we're giving them too much that they can't handle, then it's time to take some of that back or to give it away. Okay, next one. Oh my goodness, please, please, please exercise. I know that a lot of moms are going to say, I don't have time. I'm not that person. I can't, whatever. I don't know what your excuse is, but man, when sickness catches up to you, are you going to have time for pills and medication and laying in bed to recover? Because you're going to have to make that time. It's a price that we're paying either way, but what price do you want to pay? For example, I rather pay the price of a daily discipline, maybe not daily, but like it's pretty consistent. I could skip a day or two. It's not a big deal. But in my life, I'm going to pay the price of staying in the habit of exercising, because I know that not only is it going to keep me from sickness, again, that's not a guarantee. People get sick that exercise. I get that. But there's other benefits that come along with it. It gives me more energy. It boosts my mood. It gets me out of a funk or out of a feeling stuck. It gets me out of that. So that's a huge benefit. And guess what? When you are in a good mood and you are energized, those two things alone are already going to have a huge impact on the rest of your day and your life if you make it a habit. So Make it a habit to move your body. I'm not asking you to work out for 45 minutes every single day. It's whatever makes sense to you. It could be 5 minutes of walking in place or walking outside or doing something. For me, for the longest time, it was do 10 push-ups the moment you wake up. And I did that for a very long season of my life. Not that long ago, like 2 years ago, that's all I did for like a full year. I woke up and the first thing I did is 10 push-ups. That's all the exercise that I did. And it seems like not a lot, really 10 push-ups, that's it. But guess what? For a year worth of time, it kept me in shape and it kept me energized. And I don't know all the scientific words. I know that it gets your blood flowing, all of that. Just exercise. I promise you, you will thank yourself when you're older. Okay? Okay. Good one. I use this today a lot. Have a reminder somewhere that says, slow down. Because I know we moms, or at least me, let me know if you're like me, I want to get everything done. I want to do this. I want to do that. I want to help my husband. I want to be a good cook. I want to love on my kids. I want to do my own thing. I want to do YouTube. I want to do it all. But guess what? Sometimes when we're rushed and we want to do everything, whatever thing we are doing when we are rushed could be the very thing that's in the way of doing the valuable thing that we truly cherish deep down inside. On my phone, I'm going to get it. I have a reminder on my phone that says, slow down and don't interrupt. So basic, but guess what? When I look at that and I see that reminder, it does something to my brain that makes me think and be more aware of that. So I'm like, am I rushing right now? Yes. I feel anxious. I'm going to tell myself to take a chill pill and focus on the most valuable thing in that moment. I do this very often. Something that we moms need to come to terms with is this. We cannot do it all. When we understand this and when we do slow down, we are going to make the wisest choice on what we need to focus on our energy on. And that is very important because I used to go so many days and years of my life being so busy, rushing all the time because I wanted to get everything done or as much as I possibly could, yet missing out on very important and valuable things that were dear to my heart, which was being more present. How can you be present when you're rushed? How can you be a better listener if you talk so much? Sometimes I'm like, I need to say it, I need to explain it better. But then you spend so much time talking, and then there's no good interaction with the other person, like your husband or your kids. So that's why slowing down to me has been very powerful. And at first, it feels awkward. To me, it did, because I'm the person that always wants to rush and do things. So it felt very awkward at first. It still sometimes does, but I have seen such a huge benefit in my life when I chose to slow down. Okay, I think I'm done on this topic, but man, that was one that really, really got me. Are you getting value out of this video? I really hope you are. If you are, let me know by giving it a like, because honestly, that really helps me a lot. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for liking my video, and let's get back to the habits. Next one, go outside. Try to make this a habit. Try to do it when you know you skipped a few days, you didn't go outside. Try to get outside. I promise you, it'll help. Fresh air is good for all of us. It's good for your spirit, for your soul, for your body. There's something about going out into the nature and just observing and being more quiet. Don't take your phone with you. Just go outside and look at your kids. Yes, even when the weather is nasty and even if it's cold, dress them up, put on your rain boots, let them run wild and free, and just enjoy. I mean, I don't know what else to say about this one. It's pretty self-explanatory, but it's gonna boost your mood. It's gonna give you some energy and clarity in your mind. The most talked about habit on all of YouTube and every book I've ever read is waking up early. Yes, 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 yes. And I don't mean early. Whatever is early for you. For everyone, it's kind of different. It makes a world of a difference. When I wake up early, I always feel more productive because I am more productive. So for you, you might need just 30 minutes before your kids are awake. As long as your morning time is before other people are needing you, before kids and husband are needing you to do something for them, get up some time before that so that you have time to do what you want to do, or self-care, or work on a fun project. I don't know. For everyone, it's different. And my morning routines are evolving and they're changing, but I really love that I have started with putting this into my life, making it a habit. If I sometimes forget, or there's a season in my life that I wake up late or whatever, I'm always thinking, like, I'm not going to stay here. I'm going to get back to early morning routine. Right now, my morning routine starts at 5, sometimes 5:30. And it's usually something like a morning exercise, reading, journaling, praying, meditating, working on a personal project, thinking, planning, reading, studying, planning these videos. I'm the most creative in the morning. Whatever you need to do to feel accomplished and productive and put together before the day starts. That's the point of an early morning. And also that sets you up for a successful day. When I'm going to bed, I'm thinking about what can I do to set myself up for early morning. See, now you're being proactive. I love the word proactive. It's basically like you're being super intentional and you're doing things in advance to help your life be easier and better going forward. Like you're actually achieving what you truly desire and want and value. Your evenings are very important because I cannot ask a mother to wake up at 6 a.m. or have an early morning if they're going to bed at midnight. That's not realistic. It's not real. That's a crazy expectation that no one could do. And maybe if they do it, you're gonna get burnt out. So having an evening that sets you up for an early morning is key. Let's talk about a healthy evening routine. Just really quick, if you want me to make a video on this, let me know in the comments and type in evening video. A good and healthy routine for evening, for me at least, looks like this. At 6:30 p.m., I start to prep my kids for bed. That means I make sure they're fed, I change them into their PJs, brush their teeth, we do some reading in their room. So now this is in a room. We're not all over the house. We go upstairs into their room. We dim the lights. We set the mood. This all starts at 6:30. Why? Because at 6:30, I'm like, are my kids fed? If they're not, that's going to take time. At 6:30, mental check. Are my kids fed? If they're fed, perfect. We have more time for prepping, more time for story time, whatever. We do a last minute cleanup in the room. We pick up toys. We do a little tidying up, very quick, and then I tuck them into bed and they should be asleep by hopefully 8:30, 9 at the latest. After they're in bed, for myself, I just clean up the kitchen and then I just sit and I relax. I love to take a hot shower or like a rinse at night. I don't like to wash my hair at night, but I do like to take a hot rinse. It's just so relaxing to me. I change into my PJs. I have some quality time with my husband if we need to talk about something, or we sometimes will watch a show or a movie or whatever, or I'll read, journal, plan for my next day, or also a stretch. I don't do all of these things. Sometimes I do some of them. You get the point. I promise I'm a testimony of a life that went from chaos to calm thanks to habits like these. These are the simple ones that I thought of that I think are very applicable. Anyone could apply these by a small measure. Thanks for being here and hanging out with me. Love making my videos, and if you want more content like this, subscribe. God bless you, and bye-bye.